guys, it's Allie. This is the first tutorial I've done. I have recorded a couple, but they have been way too long and YouTube won't upload them, so this is my official first tutorial. It is a kind of turquoisey aqua smoky eye, I guess. It was kind of tricky. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, so I just kind of did it as I went along, so it is kind of wishy-washy through some parts, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So the eyes is just kind of a turquoisey aqua-y color with some browns in there just to tone everything down. And yeah. And I did a peachy blush on the cheeks with just kind of a light pink on the lips. I drew inspiration from my husband's shirt that I'm wearing today. I always have to coordinate my makeup with what I'm wearing. I don't know why, it's just a thing that I have. You can draw inspiration from anything, you know, an outfit, a box, magazine ads. I know boxes sound weird, but if you're like, oh, those are cool colors, let's do a tutorial like that, which I might actually do for Christmas. So just got an idea right there. So just take inspiration from anything. If you guys are inspired by something, leave a comment below or a picture and I'll try and come up with a look for you. So here's the tutorial. Hope you enjoy it. See you later. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and just prime my lids. And since I've already put on my foundation and concealer and all that, it's set in, so now I'm just going to go and just lightly go over that with some powder, just to set that in. You can always put a little bit of extra powder where you get oily, which is normally kind of the T-zone area, like your forehead. My nose gets oily throughout the day, so put a little extra on my nose and just kind of around here. I don't put a whole lot on my cheeks, just a little bit to set it, but you always want your cheeks to look really glowy and really dewy, so I just put a little bit there. I'm using my Urban Decay 15-year anniversary palette, and I won't drop the colors out this time. I'm going to use this really, really pretty turquoise color right here called Deep End. I'm just going to take that and go all over the lid, and since these are super pigmented, I just tend to pat the color on there because it just kind of disperses it a little more evenly. I'm just applying that with my flat eyeshadow brush. We are just going to go in with this color Omen. It's the light purple right here. And just going to go in on our inner corner with that, just really lightly. Just for a little bit of openness and oomph kind of right in there. And when you do blue or like dark smoky eyes, I always tend to do like a brown or a gray on the bottom lid. I don't take it all the way under. I might sometimes in the inner corner, but since I do have dark circles under my eyes, I don't want to emphasize those, so I tend to always tone it down with a neutral. So if you ever have like a bright pink or a bright whatever, you always pair it with a neutral, kind of like with the shirt, which is my husband's. But you always want to tone it down with the neutral because you don't want to look too 80s. So I'm now going to go in with the dark blue called Evidence. It's really like a deep oceany blue color. And we are just going to go on this outer part right here. Just slightly blend that in. We're also going to take that kind of in the crease, and always start in the middle of your crease when you do your crease colors. And then just go back and forth, because if you start down here you're going to get like a huge block of color and it's going to be really hard to blend up, or if you start right here it's going to be too much. So just start in the middle and then just blend it back and forth both ways. And you'll get a really nice, evenly distributed color. So just take that and kind of smoke it out a little bit in the inner corner. And if you want, you can even take it out a little bit and make a V. I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to. And since it is kind of a bluey eye, again, I don't want to emphasize those dark circles underneath my eyes, even though I've already put concealer on. Okay, so now like I said, we want to keep things really matte, so since that palette doesn't have a matte brown color, I'm going to go in with Urban Decay's Naked palette, and I'm just going to take Naked with my pencil brush, stiff dome brush, blending brush, whatever. You can use it for like 4 different things. It says it's a brown crease brush, which you do use it in your crease, but there's like a million different names, a million types of brushes. So just take a brush you have that's like that. And then just go right here in that crease and just go right over that blue just to tone it down. So what I've done is, I thought that was, even the Naked was just a little bit too dark brown and I had a really harsh line. I went in with the color Virgin and I just went over that brown to soften that up because it was pretty dark. I'm just going to take that color Virgin again, and I'm just going to go in at the brow bone. Highlight that. Whoa, that was a lot, but that's okay. Just blend that down, because that needs, the softer it is around the edges, the better it's gonna look, because the key to any smoky look, to any eye look, is blending. You don't have any harsh lines, you don't. So now I'm gonna go in with just my pointy angled brush like that, and I am just going to, let's see, I think I'm gonna go in with Virgin again. I'm making this up as I go along, so we'll see how it turns out. On the inner corners right here, I'm not going to take any of the blue on the underneath, because like I said before, you don't want to emphasize those dark circles, and if you have any, just kind of fall out, just wipe that away. So then I'm going to go back in with Naked and just go under my lids. You may even want to go in with the darker color, Buck. It's the darker matte brown. I don't know if, for those of you that don't have this palette, but that's Naked and that's Buck, so Buck is definitely a more darker brown, matte brown. So what you have so far should look like this. You have everything just blended over into that brown right there. And since the blue is shimmery and so is the highlight, we really want to keep the rest of the face really matte. And I'm sorry. So now that we've done that, we're going to take our black eyeliner. I'm going to use Smolder from MAC. I have been using this liquid liner by Bourjois. It's just the liquid liner, and the more I use it, the more I like it. This stuff works. It's one of the cheapo drugstore brands, and they're really, really awesome. It's Bourjois Paris. I got this here in England. A good equivalent to this back in the States would probably be L'Oreal's liquid liner, or gel liner is really, really good. So, any black liner that you prefer, and just kind of tug on that a little bit. We're just going to line the top lash line here. So now that you've lined your top, you don't have to line your bottom waterline if you don't want to. It will close up your eyes a little bit more. I think I'm going to, but I'm not going to use black. I think I'm going to use brown. Just because I really want to tone down that blue, and I may go back over it with black. So we're going to do mascara next, and I'm going to use the mascara primer from Urban Decay, and I'm going to do my lashes, and I will be right back. After I put on the primer, I take I already told you guys about the Maybelline XXL Pro. It's got the white lengthening one on one end and the mascara on the other. I use the white end after I put on the primer just because it lengthens my lashes a lot. I don't really use the mascara and I just really like the lengthening one. So I put that on. And then I go in with Maybelline's Falsies. This is one of my favorite mascaras. If you wear this by itself, it's really, really good. But I'm weird with my lashes, like I said. So I put a coat of that on, and it really gives kind of the false lash effect, but it doesn't make them quite as long as I would like. So then I go in with Smashbox's Lash DNA, and it just makes them like super, super black and not clumpy, but you can tell they're just really kind of vroom, you know, it adds a whole different effect to the way my lashes look. I should have just done one and then done the other to show you the difference, but I'll have to do that next time. But I really, 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 really like this mascara. Blush, 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 blush. This is what we're gonna do. Blush. I'm gonna take fluffy blush brush. I am in a really weird mood this morning, and I think pink is going to be a little bit too much, so because my palette is all gunked up, I'm just going to take a little bit of this, I think it's like an apricot-y color or something. Anyway, any peachy blush that you have, just kind of dab it on your cheeks and then just go up in like a C shape. Circular motions to blend that in, all the way back to your temples right on your hairline. And the reason I stayed away from pink blush is because of the whole 80s thing with the blue eyeshadow. We really don't want, unless you want to go for an 80s look, by all means go for it, but we're not doing that today. I'm using Too Faced bronzer and Aqua Bunny. I'm just going to sweep that right underneath your blush, underneath your cheekbone, this area that kind of like sinks in on the side of your face. Or you can make the fish face. I just take a little bit, go up into my hairline where the sun would naturally hit, just for a little bit of a glow. And I already have a really tiny forehead and a really small face, so I tend not to do that too much because I don't want my face to look super small. My eyes will look weird. Lips today, I'm going to do my favorite pink called Creme de la Femme by MAC. And we're just going to put a little bit of this on because my lips are really chapped. I need to put some chapstick on big time. Don't ever wear red lipstick if your lips are chapped because it'll just look really bad. Make sure you keep your lips nice and moisturized. So, MAC's Tartan Lip Palette. This is the Happily Ever After one. But I'm just going to take the more glossy one right here, and I don't have my lip brush. I have lost it, so, just going to use my finger and go on with a little bit of gloss. Last but not least, my uber favorite, Urban Decay All Night 16-hour setting spray. So just close your eyes. And that's it. So, this is your final kind of deep blue aqua smoky eye, and I'm sorry I was kind of throughout the whole video. I was kind of wondering how it was going to turn out because I just kind of made this up as I went along today, but that was it. I hope you like it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, leave a comment. And Cassie and I will be working on tutorials. Sorry it's been taking so long. I've been working like crazy at the salon and I had a couple days off, so I just chilled and did nothing. But I'm really going to work on getting a couple videos up within the next week. I want to get like 3 of them up, I think. So anyways, I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye!